This morning, near Khan Yunis, a most macabre handover ceremony. As music blares, Hamas fighters carry the coffins of 4 dead Israeli hostages, 2 of them children, the youngest to have been abducted on October the 7th. On stage, an offensive propaganda message blaming Prime Minister Netanyahu for their deaths. We don't know for certain how they were killed, but it was Hamas who took them from their homes. Tel Aviv's hostage square, they decided not to broadcast footage from the scene. A crowd instead watching images of the victims in happier times. They include Oded Lifschitz, a peace activist, and Shiri Bibas and her 2 young children, Ariel and Kfir. Images of the terrified family being taken into Gaza became a symbol of the horror of October the 7th. Shortly after the attacks, we spoke to Shiri's sister-in-law.
I'm a mother of a 1-year-old baby, and every time I lift him up, I think about the baby. She went there without diapers, without food, without pacifier, without clothes, without anything. I don't know how she's taking care of him.
The children's father, Yarden, was released alive by Hamas earlier this month. His trauma etched onto his face. The return of his family's bodies today, a moment of national mourning.
It's not just 4 people, it's more than that. It's the sense of helplessness, the fact that this country could not bring back these people alive.
For the Israeli Prime Minister, though, today was a moment to promise vengeance, even as talks on extending the ceasefire and hostage release deal are underway.
Our loved one's blood is shouting at us from the soil and is obliging us to settle the score with the despicable murderers, and we will.
In Gaza, where so much has already been destroyed, Palestinians face their own bitter homecomings. Amidst the rubble, Khalid and his family are searching for the bodies of 3 of his sons, the youngest just a toddler. We have to dig through this pile, he says, but we need equipment and we don't know what to do. His sons and his wife were killed in an Israeli strike. They buried them temporarily by the house, then fled, but returned to find their home in ruins. This is their hair, he cries out. This is the shroud we buried them in. Scrabbling through the wreckage, he spots bones. What have they done to you, he asks. This ceasefire deal has brought pain as well as relief. As the first phase draws to a close, on both sides of this conflict, anxious questions. Will the remaining hostages be freed? Will the war resume?